Have you ever tasted your coffee like overly bitter or sour? Then the problem lies in the coffee itself. Maybe your coffee is just cheap enough to produce that kind of quality. Maybe you use a pre-ground coffee. While you use your pre-ground coffee or instant coffee, never use that in your machine, you can't control your grinder size. So, how to fix it? You need to buy grinder. Okay? Grinder is the best investment in your coffee equipment. Remember that. Even if you have a cheap grinder can make a good coffee, good, not great coffee, with using a pressurized basket. Okay, good enough coffee for your home brewing. So let's dive in our grinder here. Kova 600 type grinder. This is a Taiwan clone grinder. So with this type of grinder, you can't make a fine adjustment because this is essentially a step grinder. Okay, but the step is pretty I can't explain it. It's step, but it's kinda not step. And when you buy a pretty cheap grinder like this, you will find the burr alignment is kinda bad. Here. So, you can't make a fine espresso with this. Okay? But bear with me. You can always make a good espresso with higher density coffee. Okay? Like arabica. Okay, we have these two types of arabica. This is a Brazilian type, Igen, and this is Ciromai from West Java. Okay, these two beans is pretty high density coffee, so we can adjust our grinder is more far enough, not like in here near stop button. We can adjust our grinder like here. So the burr is not actually matte, but can make a fine grind coffee. Our coffee choice is pretty limited here. Don't use cheap robusta beans. Okay? We need a higher density coffee with this. Cheap grinder, less choice. So how we dial in our coffee to maximize its flavor? And right here we use this pressurized portafilter. So this is the solution to your cheap grinder. So in here I will show you what the grinder capable of. So right now I'm using this at number 1. Let's see the grind size. So number 1, you see it's a bit coarse for espresso grind. So we need to adjust it a little bit. So how we adjust this? Because this is a step grinder, use feeling. Okay, use feeling until our ancestor say stop. This is for Igen, like -1.25. We will push this grinder limit. We will use a lower density arabica. This is Ciromai because Igen is kinda easy to use in this machine. So we will use Ciromai. Okay. For Ciromai in this grinder, we have to adjust it slightly finer, like 0.5 half. The burr almost matte. Here, the burr mat here, and we adjust like here. Okay, 0.5. Always flush your grinder while you making adjustment. Okay, we will use like 10 gram coffee here to flush with 10 gram because cheap grinder doesn't have zero retention or low retention burr. Now always weight your coffee with scale. Now it's 14.1. Okay, turn it on and off so you make sure your coffee doesn't stuck in the burr. Distribute, bada bing bada boom, and pow. Tam lightly to distribute the ground in the basket. Okay, remove excess coffee, polish, and tam. Full power tam. Okay, 14 kilogram tamping force. Okay, we have this fine enough ground here, and we will make our espresso with this. Let's see the result. Start with the timer so we can see our brew time. Okay. Pretty thick espresso. Now we want about 40 gram espresso. How much is the brew time? 25. It's great. It's pretty great espresso we have here. Okay. So the key to make a great espresso, you have to brew your coffee at least 25 seconds for 40 gram. Why I add 10 gram to our brew? Because this is a pressurized basket. We need to add 10 gram to our yield to make a longer extraction, because this is not unpressurized basket, or 50 if you want, but the coffee will get watery. Even with a good extraction, because this is a pressurized basket, you will have a soupy puck. Okay, flush. Now we push the steam button so we can make latte. Now I'm preparing my milk, around 150 gram. Get your cold milk. Always use cold milk to make a good frothing milk. Alright? See? Just below the spout. Okay? When the temperature reaches 160 Celsius, flush and ready for steam. Find the curve and stretch. See the tearing sound? Stretch to like 200 ml and roll the milk to 65 Celsius. Always flush after steam and make sure the steam one is clean. Now groom the milk. And see, we have this silky smooth and glossy milk. Prepare the canvas, prepare the espresso. Okay, I will try to make latte art here, but I'm not good at latte art. So here is my coffee. As you see, at least you have to buy a grinder at your coffee equipment setup. So you will have a fresher coffee, so you can control your grind size, even if it's not like micro adjustment grinder with higher price. Okay, at least you have grinder. So if you like my video, brew that like button for YouTube algorithm, and see you the next one.